Hey folks, Red Labor here. I want to talk about my 43 years of living. I'm 43 years old, and I can say that in my 43 years of living, um, from Richard Nixon all the way to Barack Obama and everybody in between, every president sucked. Every president this country ever had in my life sucked. There was not a president that did a decent job on anything. Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George W. Bush 1, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush 2, and Barack Obama. None of these presidents did anything that put America in a positive path. In fact, if anything, I've seen a declining middle class during these years. I've seen nothing but decline and decay and just and a country that's going to collapse because all of these people are beholden to corporate special interests, and we can't move forward. You know, I mean, I'm a bit of an ideologue, and I understand that. But the best president this country ever had was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and I say this even somewhat critically because his New Deal reforms didn't go far enough. But it did get us out of the Great Depression and put Americans back to work. Yeah, I know. To the anti-New Deal folks there want to engage in historical revisionism, saying that, well, FDR's policy just prolonged the Great Depression, which is not true. And they'll say that, that it was World War II and the manufacturing base through the war efforts what got us out of the Depression. That might be true, but it was also FDR's New Deal programs. So I'm going to offer you intellectual honesty there. We don't have an FDR type today. I mean, nobody that's willing to tackle on corporations and the abuse that they inflict on American people. They're not willing to do that. They're not willing to make unions stronger. And the only thing they know how to do is when corporate special interests tell politicians to jump, politicians usually respond, well, how high? And it's sad we don't have. Not only do we not have an FDR in the White House, with Ralph Nader not running in 2012, we really don't have a Norman Thomas of our age to sit there and to talk about the real problems in our country. So I just want to say that there's not a president from Nixon to Obama that was a good president. But if I had to go and support a president from Nixon to Obama and declare that one president an exception to the rule, I will reluctantly have to say Jimmy Carter, President Jimmy Carter. It's not so much his performance while he was president, but what he did when he left the White House in 1981. That man was the greatest ex-president we ever had. He built homes for those who are low income and homeless with Habitat for Humanity, and he's worked on peace missions around the world, and he's been criticized for it. And I have no criticisms toward Jimmy Carter. I mean, Jimmy Carter is a good man. I mean, my only beef with Jimmy Carter was in the '76 primaries. I think it would have been better to have Hubert Humphrey be the Democratic nominee, but I understand what happened after the McGovern loss in 1972. The Democratic Party were damned and determined to shift the party toward a political center, and that's what they were doing. And Jimmy Carter was the first among many Democrats after the McGovern defeat to do so. And you know, but getting back to what I was saying, they all pretty much suck as far as their performance while they were president. Anyway, I hope that you have a great day, and feel free to comment. I'm serious. Please, folks, comment.